Battle of the passive preamps today. Welcome to Russell Res Reviews. We are comparing the OL switcher from JDS Labs and the Sys from Schiit Audio. Both from the US, both available at $49 as of June 2025. This video is for you if you, like most people, have one audio system but have multiple audio sources like a TV, computer, gaming console, or a turntable. And whenever you want to switch between those sources, you find yourself having to fiddle with multiple cables and buttons and settings. So, what what are they? Okay? What are these? So they are two things basically. First, they are analog. They provide analog volume control via a knob, and we all know that a knob like these makes your desk better by about 18%. Second, they are switches that let you route audio. Okay, so what are they? Yeah, volume control and switch. And the similarities pretty much end there. So let's examine the Sys first. Okay, so that's Sys from Schiit Audio. So that's spelled SYS. Okay, so that is short for switch your stuff. This here is in silver finish. It is also available in black. The top, as you can see, is plain, brushed aluminum, reflective, as you can see there. At the bottom are the feet that Schiit attaches themselves. This here is the volume knob, and this is the switch. You can switch from input 1 to input 2 by pressing it. Now, at the back, you have one. Oh, yeah, here. Okay, you have inputs here, okay, and one output. All of them RCA. So you can have your computer connected to, I don't know, input 1 and your turntable to input 2 and send the audio to a headphone amp or a speaker via the RCA output here. Now, according to Schiit's website, the dimensions are 5 by 3.5 by 1.25 inches. So, obviously, it stacks with other Schiit products in the lower end of their product line's price range. So, like this. Let me show you. Okay, so like this MODI digital to analog converter here. There you go. All right, so it stacks perfectly. Okay, so there's nothing much to say about the design except I like the design. It is simple and beautiful. Let's now go to the OL switcher. Okay, volume knob is in the middle, okay, with the switches on either side. So the output switch, all right, output switch, it's labeled there, it's on the left. Input switch is on the right. The top is not as plain as the Sys is. There are lines, okay, near the sides here. The material has a similar feel, but it's not as reflective, I guess, as the Sys. And when you order this item, JDS Labs offers the option to have your design engraved here. Okay, and in my opinion, it's a great way to sharply reduce its resale value. Here at the bottom, these are the rubber feet that JDS ships with the OL switcher, which you attach yourself. At the back, there are two inputs and two outputs. So for inputs, there is an RCA jack and a 3.5 millimeter jack. Um, for outputs, yeah, you get the same. So you can have your computer connected to the RCA input, game console connected to the 3.5 mm input, then a speaker connected to the 3.5 mm output, and a headphone amp maybe connected to the RCA output. So you can switch between the inputs and outputs in the front there. And so one dot for 3.5 mm and two dots for RCA. Okay, so all the controls are in the front, similar to what the SIS has. So this particular preamp works for me because even though my headphone amplifier, it's a tube hybrid, okay, it can feed my speaker, but I prefer to keep the two separate, my amp and my speaker, to somehow prolong the life of the tube by reducing the number of hours that the headphone amp is on. Okay, so I can switch outputs here. Okay, so the RCA outs go to the headphone amp, and the 3.5 mm out goes to my speaker. Okay. According to JDS Labs website, the dimensions are 4.27 by 3.15 by 1.16 inches. I like the design too. It has a retro feel to it. It is, let me show you for this part. Okay, so it is shorter. It is narrower and thinner than the SIS. So it can sit comfortably on top of the SIS, as you can see. Okay. It is also slightly lighter at 0.75 pounds compared to the SIS, which weighs 1 pound. So there's this additional feeling of heft with the SIS. So which one should you get? Okay, so practically speaking, all right, first consideration, practicality. So practically speaking, if you need two inputs and one output, okay, get the SIS. But if you need two inputs and two outputs, get the OL switcher. So connectivity is not really an issue because things like this, okay, exist. There you go. Okay, so you have 3.5 to dual RCA adapter here, which you can get for a very, very low price. Okay, now so practically speaking, right? So it depends on how many outputs, how many inputs you need. Now we all know that practical applications are the only consideration. Which would look better on your desk is also a factor, of course. So if you already have the Schiit stack, like I do, all right, go for the SIS because it just goes so well with the if you have a Modi, for example, and a Magni or a Valley amp, okay, so it stacks very well. It looks nice, even though the colors are different. Okay, it still looks nice. Okay, but if you want to mix and match, of course, you have that option too. As you saw earlier, the OL switcher can sit comfortably on top of this Schiit digital to analog converter. Okay, it doesn't work in reverse though. Okay, it looks funny if you put if you put Schiit products on top of it. Okay, so there it's gonna look awkward. The rubber feet, they don't sit inside the ends of the OL switcher. So yeah, it doesn't work in reverse. Looks funny. Okay, so the OL switcher should be on top of that. So yeah, you can mix and match. So if you don't want to, limit yourself to just Schiit stack and mix and match both, you can do that too. Okay, so practicality, looks, and the last and the most important consideration, the knob feel. And I'm happy to announce that they are both they're both winners. So adjusting the volume um, feels like an important task with both of them. Okay, so they have the same weight and smoothness. All right, so you can't go wrong with either. Again, the weight and the smoothness is similar. Okay, so both sound clean. Both have metal enclosures. Both allow you to position volume and audio routing controls however and wherever you want. So at $49, they both offer great value. However, whichever you get, okay, remember that these are passive preamps. Okay, so they might struggle with long cables. So the suggestion is to keep your cables at 1 meter or shorter, and you should be good. All right. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.